Hey everybody, how you doing? So Chris Heiler with landscapeleadership.com and I, we're good buddies, as many of you might know, and we were on a conference call about a month ago, and Chris was asking me some questions about when I was a landscape contractor, how I did some of my marketing. And you can read about some of this in his book that he wrote, that I helped him write a couple of chapters on marketing. And Chris asked me to record a video on how we did probably one of the more savvy things that we did in marketing, and that was when we sold a project, and we were in the high-end residential design build business. When we sold a project, we would actually market to the neighbors in the entire community, in the entire neighborhood around a project that we did. We'd send them a letter that physically had their name on the outside of the envelope, and it would have a letter in there from me saying things like, hey guys, we're going to be, well, not hey guys, but dear so-and-so, we're going to be in your neighborhood, please pardon our trucks, we're going to have deliveries coming in, we're building this awesome high-end backyard with a patio and a water feature, and we'd list all the different services that we offered. We'd also cross-market to maintenance and lawn care, other services that our company offered, and I'll tell you, at the end of the day, we got business out of it. So I'm going to take you through that step by step. You can do this on your own. You can have an office admin do it, or an office manager. You can have a salesperson or a designer do it, but it's really, really important for you to know who the neighbors are next door and in the community, in the neighborhood, where you're doing a project, and to be able to send them a letter. We would send them a letter 1 week in advance of us starting the project and 1 week after starting the project. We'd invite them to come over to the house, see the project, see the process, check out the design, look at the workmanship, and like I said, at the end of the day, it's sold work. So the first thing that you do is you jump on the internet, you go to any browser, and you go to whitepages.com. And whitepages.com is a free website. It does have a lot of ads on it, so it can be a little bit frustrating. You can see the popcorn thing popping up at the top there. But at any rate, it's a sweet area on the internet that you can actually populate a lot of great information about your clients and their neighbors. So what you do is you click reverse address, and that's going to pop up a new screen, and this is exactly, you type in your customer's address here. So I've come up with this is not one of my customers' addresses, but it's just an address here in Kansas City, where I live. It's 12310 Wenonga in Leawood, Kansas. And I click find. And when I click find, it actually pops up my client's name. So assuming that this is my client's name, and obviously they're running a business out of their home, so that came up as well, but we're going to want to click on their name. And once we click on their name, it's going to bring up just a wealth of information. First, their name. Second, their physical street address, their city, state, their zip +4, so that you can market to them. You even get their phone number, and you get some limited demographics information, in that they're 65 years or older. So now here's a disclaimer. Obviously, we're getting their phone number, but with the do not call list, it's illegal to actually call them. So you can't telephone solicit them. I know, a while ago, before no call list, it would be great to just pick up the phone. Can't do that anymore, guys, because most people, it annoys me, when my phone rings here and it's somebody trying to sell me the latest and the greatest, that's out there. And so most people anytime today are on the do not call list. So don't call these folks, just send them something in the mail. So here's your customer. Now let's go and mine the data of who their neighbors are. So you literally click on this area right here that says neighbors. And they're going to limit the results that you're going to get, but usually you're going to get about 30 results, and you're going to get a list, 10 to a page, of the people that are on that street. All these people live on Wenonga Lane in Leawood, Kansas, i.e. the neighbors directly around, across the street, down the street, on the corner from where you're doing a project, or where you're starting a maintenance contract, or whatever it might be. So what you do is you click on Elena Beckman. That's going to give you Elena's name, address, city, state, zip, phone number again, and their age, some limited demographic information. Now this is what we did with this data once we started to get this, is we would actually open an Excel spreadsheet. Most everybody has Excel on their computer, and we create a spreadsheet. First name, last name, address, city, state, zip. We also put a column for phone number, and we also put a column for age. we didn't really use the phone number ever, but if they ever did call in and request services, we would have their contact information that we could integrate, quickly into the software program that we use. So it actually worked out really well. And then we take that Excel spreadsheet. Once we mined the data of an entire neighborhood, we take that Excel spreadsheet, we would do a mail merge with Word. And if you guys want it, put some comments up for this video, and maybe Chris and I will record a video on how to do a mail merge. Be happy to do that, take you through all the steps on how to do a mail merge through Word and Excel, where basically Word is grabbing the information from Excel and it's pre-printing letters to be able to market to your clients or market to the neighbors of your clients. So we would get this information, we put it into Excel, we do a mail merge, but the thing is that we wanted to get all 30 people's names. So we would go back and we'd actually, now they do make it a little bit hard to populate the data, so you got to click on each person's name, but again, for the time that you spend and the wealth of data that you get, it's really awesome. And then we would, click through, you kind of go to the second list, so this would be, items 11 through 20 of people, and then we would click on the third list, and it would give us items 21 through 30. So now the next thing that we would do, because we know there's a lot more than 30 people that are the neighbors, or at least in most neighbors, there's more than 30 people that live there, and if you notice, all of the addresses that we got were all on Winanga Lane. But most neighborhoods, there's other street names or number names or whatever of the area. So what we would do is we would go to maps.google.com and we would literally enter that address into Google. So 12310 Winanga Lane, Leawood, Kansas. And we would click that and it would bring up this neighborhood. So if we were sitting here kind of looking at this, we would be going, okay, we want to populate all of these different streets in here. We want to populate Pawnee Lane and Overbrook Road and Mohawk Lane and Cherokee Lane and Inslee. All of these areas, we really want to market to all of the people here in this neighborhood, in this community. So they don't make it easy for you to figure out the street numbers of the neighbors. Now, I'll tell you, that's where I'm going in the morning. I'm flying to Chicago for Planet. And so, but they don't make it easy for you to populate. Now, I will tell you that some local folks, like appraisers' offices for different counties, they'll have really good data in their mapping systems, but every single county in every single state of the country, in every single city in every single state of the country has a different way they capture this data. Well, maps.google.com is fairly consistent. So this is kind of the way that you can look up information nationwide. So what I would do is I'd go to this little More tab over here and I'd click down on Real Estate. What that's going to do is it's going to load all of the houses that are for sale in that neighborhood, which is sweet data because it gives you a house number. So if I'm going to, so here's my target area, 12310 Winanga, and let's say I want to get all of the houses that are on Inslee Lane. Well, I can click this right here and I can get a house number, 12507 Inslee Lane in Leawood. Well, guess what else it gives you? You click on that and it tells you what it's for sale for. So you can actually get some limited appraisal information of what some real estate's on the market for. $265,000 here in Kansas City. That's a pretty good, I mean, that would be a great house for us to do some work in. We do a mid-level design build project in there. It's certainly not $1 million house, but it's also not a $100,000 house. So a $265,000 house, 12507 Inslee Lane. Well, for those of you that always worked ahead when you were in school, you know exactly where I'm going. You go back to white pages, you click 12507 Inslee, 12507 Inslee Lane. I'm going to cheat because I've already done this. Leawood, Kansas 66209. Click Find, and guess what? You have 30 more neighbors' names, addresses, city, state zips, and limited demographics information. You go through the exact same process. You scroll down, you go to the second set, you go to the third set, and you go back to Google Maps and you do it all again. So now maybe you want to get this over here on Pawnee. So you click 12310 Pawnee. Let's see how much this house is. It's on the market for $270,000. You go back, you scroll up, you click 12310 Pawnee. 12310 Pawnee Lane in Leawood, Kansas. Click Find, and guess what? you get another 30 neighbors for 12309 Pawnee, or 12310 Pawnee Lane. So guys, you can see how powerful this is. You can actually collect data, people's first names and last names, their address, their city, state, zip. You can get their phone number that you really can't use, but at least you can capture that data. You can get their approximate age, and you can go market to them about your business. What we would do is we would do really 4 things. We would market to them before a project was started. We would market to them after a project was started. We would market to them at the beginning of our maintenance sales season, and we would also market to them our newsletters and other specials that we put them into a database, and we utilize that because we figured if we were in that neighborhood and that client of ours became a raving fan of our landscape company, the neighbors would be envious of their great landscape design. They would know that our company did it, and that would create a brand permeance in that neighborhood to be able to market to them, and maybe they might buy landscape lighting or holiday lighting or a lawn care treatment program or irrigation service or a landscape design or a design build project or a subcontracted swimming pool. Whatever it might be, this is a way to target your clients and target them exactly in their neighborhood when you're already got a presence there. So hopefully this is helpful. If you have any questions at all, if this didn't make sense or you want some deeper information, just reach out to me. My website's going to be at the very end of this video, my email address, all the social media places where you can catch me online. Feel free to catch Chris, and also just stay tuned here at landscapeleadership.com because Chris is going to continue to present awesome information like this so that you can have a leadership edge and a marketing edge and a sales edge and a design edge over your competitors because you're a member here. So have a great summer, have a great fall, and a great spring, and I wish you the best in these unique times that we're in the middle of right now. But I think that information like this helps you have a leg up on your competition. So go get them. Until next time, talk to you soon, guys. Bye-bye.